Hi, I'm Dotty Armstrong. I'm being filmed in Applewood Park in the town of Natchez. And I'm very happy to have been chosen by the Yakima Coffee House Poets to be the 6th Labyrinth poet, because that means that I have gotten to have my first poetry chapbook published. And that's very exciting. It is a wonderful surprise at the age of 76 to have your first chapbook published. So I have a message for people that are a little bit older. If you're a little bit older and you think there might not be any more surprises in your life, think again. Here is my book, and you can get my book at Inkling's Bookshop in Yakima. So now I'd like to read some poems from my book. We live on Highway 12, and sometimes I like to let my imagination dabble with that location. So here is a poem called Living on Highway 12. I never thought I would be living on a highway, close enough to hear the trucks drum at night, the whiz of vacationers in the morning. Although we drink our coffee on the deck, welcomed by apricots, peaches, and plums glowing above our heads, I am always aware that the road to our home is cluttered with gas stations, fruit stands, and diners, just like the ones in the James M. Cain novels I used to pilfer from my parents' bookshelves. In those books, there was always an edgy stranger draped over a stool at the Bluebird Cafe with a questionable story, his fingers itching to make something happen. Or perhaps a lonely housewife at the Sunshine Chevron casts a yearning eye at the mechanic. She wants him to change more than her tire. Oh, she thinks, I could get that grease off his hands easy. And she does get it off, along with his overalls. All summer, they have sweaty but spellbinding sex, and by fall, she has forgotten that she ever had a husband. When they make plans to move in together, she has only one request. Let's get away from this damn highway. This next poem is about Van Gogh, who is one of my favorite artists. I really like his intensity. And I like to imagine that he and I could get together in Yakima. Me and Van Gogh in Yakima. He would have loved this light. Perhaps it would have helped him shout to the black dogs of depression, "Go home, go home." Then after they slink away, we can sit on my deck and chat. Let the sun cheer us up. I know it's Vincent, by his almost audible restlessness, his ragged ear, but also in my den, he stares out from one of his brutal self-portraits. He tells me his brother Theo was given the gift of a peaceful heart. I tell him that the love of my sisters has made me whole. We confide these things, then as the sun goes down, his face darkens. I have to go to my room now, he says, the one with the narrow bed and blue walls. Yes, I've seen the painting, I say. He gets up, and I think, please stay. I want him to see the starry night, how the moon lights up the apricots. I want him to be happy. But of course I know it's too late. He could only put the light in his paintings. In a small town, beauty salons are a little different than they might be in an urban environment. So I tried to illustrate that in this poem called Sarah's Salon in the Sticks. In a converted garage, she entertains all heads of hair, old men, kids who can't sit still, middle-aged women trying to lasso a fistful of glamour, 18-year-olds who want something spiky and horrifying. She comes up with it all. Why, a teenager just left here who, from the neck up, looks like a porcupine, and she's smiling ear to ear. Sarah is a country girl, apple-cheeked, wheat-colored hair, married to a man who breaks horses, lives to nab a 4-point buck. She offers me a perm for 50 cents a rod, or a pretty good cut for a quarter of the price in town, and gossip just as good. I'm still attracted to my husband, she whispers, since her daughter is hovering in the next room, but I just wish he would let me do his hair.